Ford Motor Company is grappling with a seismic shift in its business operations, driven by President Trump's trade policies. CEO Jim Farley recently opened up about the financial turmoil sweeping through the company, triggered by tariffs that have caused massive disruptions in Ford's global supply chain. Shortly after Trump's election, he imposed heavy tariffs on imports from China, a move designed to promote American manufacturing. However, these tariffs had the opposite effect on Ford, making its products much more expensive for international buyers. For a company like Ford, which has depended on a robust international market for decades, this created a financial nightmare. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more updates and content. We've got plenty more coming your way. The tariffs, initially aimed at reducing foreign competition, made Ford's vehicles prohibitively expensive in international markets. In regions like Europe, Asia, and South America, foreign consumers who once flocked to Ford showrooms turned to more affordable, local alternatives. This drastic change has caused Ford's sales to plummet abroad, straining the company's financial stability. With no demand for cars meant for export, Ford saw its inventory pile up in warehouses, further straining its already tight logistics and warehousing budgets. Meanwhile, key materials like aluminum and steel became costlier to import. The intended goal of boosting domestic manufacturing backfired, as the U.S. supply chain couldn't meet the increased demand fast enough. Ford's leadership was forced to make difficult decisions: layoffs, plant closures, and cuts to research and development budgets. These potential moves stood in stark contrast to Ford's initial plans of expanding into electric vehicles and autonomous technologies. The struggles weren't just confined to Ford. Suppliers relying on the company for contracts were hit hard, and even local economies that had flourished thanks to Ford's presence were bracing for a downturn. The company's stock price took a major hit as investors grew wary of the ongoing uncertainty, and credit rating agencies started to threaten a downgrade, further complicating Ford's efforts to stay afloat. Despite the dire situation, Jim Farley's honesty about the crisis provided a level of transparency that was rare in such a challenging moment. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more updates and content. We've got plenty more coming your way. He pointed out that the tariffs, while meant to bolster American industry, were suffocating companies like Ford in a world that was deeply interconnected. Ford's global strategy, built on partnerships and international markets, was crumbling under the weight of aggressive protectionism. To adapt, Ford explored a few strategies: shifting production overseas to avoid tariffs, redesigning models specifically for international markets, and doubling down on its electric vehicle investments. However, with finances tightening, none of these solutions were easy or without significant cost. As the company fought to stay afloat, the broader implications for the U.S. automotive industry became clear. Ford's crisis echoed a larger national issue. How can companies survive in a global economy if trade barriers continue to rise? The unintended consequences of protectionism were playing out in real time, with Ford acting as a canary in the coal mine. Ford's financial strain also led to a shift in public perception. For decades, the Ford brand had been synonymous with American strength, but now it found itself being seen as a cautionary tale. Foreign competitors, particularly those not burdened by tariffs, took advantage of Ford's weakened position, further eroding the company's market share. As the situation worsened, internal morale within Ford also suffered. Workers faced job cuts, suppliers were renegotiating contracts, and the company's loyal customers began questioning whether Ford could maintain its legacy. Global marketing efforts faltered as the company's troubles made their way into the media, shifting the narrative from American resilience to corporate failure. Through it all, Jim Farley's leadership was tested like never before. His ability to guide Ford through this crisis, by making painful decisions and keeping stakeholders informed, would define his legacy at the company. In the end, Ford's struggles were more than just a business challenge. They were a reflection of the larger economic shifts occurring worldwide. The once proud American icon now found itself caught in a global web of trade wars, tariffs, and political instability, its future uncertain as it navigated these turbulent waters. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget like and subscribe for the latest updates on global politics.